Round things and boomerang kings. Juggs thought he was ready. Thought he had the secret. Thought if he could blow forever, he had to go forever. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Whoa. Let's not get crazy. Juggs wasn't emotional. Not by trade. Not by choice. He was 15 miles out of Austin, give or take. The Hourglass Jug cradled under his arm like a second heart. His boots were shredded. His lips were cracked. But damn it, he was moving. At least he was, until he heard it. Music, strange music, floating out from the tree line off the road. Not bar music, not jam music, something brighter, weirder, dangerous in the way fire looks beautiful right before it burns your house down. And in the trees, tucked way back, he saw it. The faintest glow, like an orb, pulsing low and steady. Juggs looked down at his boots, looked up at the black stretch of road ahead. A blues jam 15 miles away, a clock ticking down 35 minutes. No chance in hell he was making it. So Juggs steered right, carrying his hourglass jug, his imaginary grandpappy walking beside him, and the spiritual power of Darla's twin bazookas and sweet, sweet bunny-breasted chaos ringing in his mind. He stepped off the asphalt and into the woods. As Juggs stumbled deeper in, the scene unfolded. A full-on forest party. Not a bonfire, not a campout. A movement. People laughing, smoking, drinking, and, most impressively, eating casseroles. Everywhere. He'd never seen so many goddamn casseroles in one patch of woods. Drugs? Check. Sex? Check. Rocks? Check. Sweet Hawaiian rolls stacked high like pagan offerings? Double check. It was Woodstock's drunk cousin's fever dream, and Juggs was walking straight into the heart of it. Through the swaying, laughing, howling crowd, Juggs noticed two figures standing out. One man. Bleached, dirty blonde hair hanging in greasy ropes. A mustache that looked like it was smuggled out of an 80s biker bar. He wore a silk kimono, pale blue with little koi fish stitched across it, and held a stick of dynamite in one hand, a red rose in the other. He rambled on to no one in particular, declaiming, "Love, man. It's like roses and dynamite, you feel me? Beautiful, sure, but one wrong move and you lose your face. And the rain. The rain's going to wash the drugs off the plates, brother. Just you wait." Juggs squinted, thought maybe he should turn around. But before he could, another man turned toward him. Through the crowd, their eyes met. This guy, ratty jeans, no shirt, massive tattoo of a cobra on each arm, raised both hands, curled his fingers into cobra heads and said, "Thanks." Juggs froze. Thanks was what he jokingly called his nutsack. Coincidence? Destiny? He didn't know. He only knew these two idiots, whoever they were about to change his life. The mustached dynamite guy swaggered up, eyes glassy, grin wide. "Name's Wango," he said, grabbing Juggs' hand, pulling it close like a secret handshake, letting it go and then snapping it right back like a boomerang. "I'm always going to come back around, King." Juggs stared, half certain he was hallucinating. "And you?" Wango asked. "What do we call you, soldier?" "They call me Juggs." Wango squinted. "Dennis? No! Juggs! Juggs, I like it! Juggs, Juggs, Juggs! It's like music, man! Juggs, Juggs, Juggs!" Wango proceeded to freestyle rant for 5 minutes about how much he loved the name Juggs, while a couple girls in flower crowns half listened and snuck joints out of his back pocket. Beside him, the cobra-armed man, simply called Fangs, nodded solemnly. Juggs didn't know where he was anymore. Didn't really care. "Where you come from, King?" Wango asked, still bouncing in place like a malfunctioning carnival ride. "Where you headed?" Juggs adjusted the hourglass jug under his arm. Headed back to Austin. Blues jam. 15 miles out. The whole crowd, mid-sway, froze. Stone cold. Even the trees seemed to lean in. "You heard about T-Bone?" Wango whispered. Juggs's blood went colder than a truck stop urinal. "No. What's up?" Fangs stepped forward, arms at his side, cobras flexed and ready. "T-Bone and that weird-ass Komodo dragon fused," he said, voice low and grim. "Fused into one monster. One spit-checking, slow-moving, quick-punching, jug-hating monster." Juggs' mouth went dry. He thought he'd already faced the worst. Thought it was just T-Bone, human style. Thought he could come back swinging. But a fusion creature, half killer, half lizard, all vengeance. That was new. Juggs didn't sleep that night. Not really. He lay down on a stump, big, round, soft on top from years of moss, and stared at the stars. He liked round things. Always han. Coins. Vanilla wafers. Belts. Donuts. Parachutes, the round ones, not those stupid rectangle ones. Hell, even the hourglass jug, that lovely curve, that promise of gravity bending. Round things made sense. They were whole. They promised you that life, even when messy, could still close the loop. Juggs stared at the sky, turning the weight of it all in his head. T-Bone and Charles Jeeves fused. A slow, inevitable force crawling back toward him. One that hated everything he loved. Would they break his last jug? Would they break him? He didn't know. He didn't have answers. All he had was his breath, and his round, beautiful hourglass jug. And then, as if the universe couldn't stand him feeling philosophical for too long, some drunk bastard stumbled out of the woods and tripped over him, vomiting all over Jug's pants. "Sorry, brother," the guy slurred, wandering off like nothing happened. Juggs wiped the puke off with a half-rotted Hawaiian roll, sighed and closed his eyes. He had a war to fight, and this time he wasn't going in half-blown.